YouTube, what's up? Vinny here. Welcome to a new cap of the week. It is 2018, and as a New Year's resolution, I have to really get back into showcasing my caps. So thanks for all of your patience, and I hope I can continue as long as I have caps. So let's get into it. This is the Philadelphia A's. So as everyone knows, the Oakland A's are currently based in Oakland, but they've had a long franchise history. They were actually based in Philadelphia first in 1901 when the American League started, going to Kansas City in 1955. So this covers the 50-plus year history in Philadelphia for the A's. Now, this is a Philadelphia A's cap from 1929 to 1941. Now, for those who know about the Philadelphia A's, they're synonymous with Connie Mack, who played baseball in the 19th century and then also was the owner of the Philadelphia A's from 1901 when they started to around 1953. He was also manager from 1901 to 1950. So he has every single win and loss record in managing history. That's never going to happen again, and it definitely is an outlier today. But Connie Mack, in his early years, was a brilliant tactician who did marvel at having very educated players and did pretty well with two pennant dynasties in the 1910s and the 1930s. So this cap actually just started in 1929 when the team won the first of their three straight pennants, and they were able to win two of those World Series in 29 and 30. They lost in 31 to the St. Louis Cardinals, and that's when the team suffered some problems financially. He had to sell off a lot of their big players, and then they went into a nosedive, never to recover during their time in Philadelphia. So let's look into it. So this is a Roman Pro replica model of the Philadelphia A's, circa 1990s, late 80s. So let's take a look at the, if we can. So this cap was worn by the 1929 and 1930 World Series winners, Philadelphia Athletics. A's lineup featured Hall of Famers Jimmy Foxx, Al Simmons, and Mickey Gordon Cochran. Pitching staff was led by Hall of Famer Lefty Grove, who led the league in wins with 28 and 31 in 1930 and 1931. So they had a class of Hall of Fame. They were great pitching, great hitting, and they were able to win three straight pennants and two World Series. So if we flip it over, we can see that it is a forest green underbrim, leather sweatband, classic of Roman Pro back in the late 80s, early 90s. We got the Roman Brockton size 7. So, it's your standard Roman Pro Cooperstown cap if you want to see the tags. Roman. So this cap is definitely at least 25 years old, possibly older. But anyway, just talking about the A's, in 1953, when they sold the team, Connie Mack's son sold the team, they eventually moved to Kansas City, where they were the Athletics until 1967. Then they moved to Oakland in 1968 to be the A's they are today. Now, the cool thing is if you look at a modern A's cap, you'll notice the Old English A has remained. Now, it wasn't the case when they were in Kansas City when they had an interlocking KC, but it was pretty cool that they've kind of kept this. It's obviously not the exact same, but you can still see it's in that Old English style. So it's really cool that they've left this. And also, if you notice on Oakland A's uniforms, they have an elephant on their patch, on their sleeve patch. So that's also like known as a tribute to Connie Mack when back in the 1900s, I don't remember the year on the top of my head, but they were facing John McGraw's New York Giants in the World Series, and I believe McGraw called the team a bunch of elephants. I don't know if it was white elephants, but he called them a bunch of elephants, and Connie Mack and the A's, they took that to heart, and they wore that as a term of endearment, which has continued on with the team since. So it's a pretty cool history with this cap. It's definitely one of the caps that is not showcased as much. I'm sure if you see this in Philadelphia, not many people are going to notice it. Because really, I really think that this Philly was more of an A's town before it became a Phillies town, especially since the Phillies just never won. In fact, the stadium the Phillies played in later on was Shibe Park or Connie Mack Stadium. That was the original home of the A's. So, it's interesting that a lot of the original baseball teams they both had cities that contained both American and National League. You think about St. Louis had the Browns and the Cardinals, Boston had the Braves and the Red Sox, Philadelphia had the A's and the Phillies. So it really was two-team cities for a long time. So it's pretty cool that this cap reflects some of that older era, and I'll be showing you some more caps out there. Anyway, hope you have a great year, all right? See ya.